Waking up early, checking things off of my to-do list, and getting through everything I needed to. That's what I've always wanted since I found the world of productivity. But the truth of the matter is that most days, that is not how my life went. At the end of every day, a to-do or two wouldn't get checked off, a habit wouldn't be tracked, and I had a normal life filled with what-ifs on how the day could have gone better. I procrastinated often by doing things like looking at my phone, on social media, checking my email, or just staring into space, because why not? Since the day I graduated from school in May and finished my collegiate running career, I noticed something change in the way I was getting work done. I woke up with an extra spring in my step. I made the extra effort to finish my work no matter what, whether it was for actual work, for YouTube, or building a new exercise routine. I just got it done. But how have I managed to make this happen? How have I managed to not procrastinate in 6 months? Objective judgment now at this very moment. Unselfish action now at this very moment. Willing acceptance now at this very moment of all external events. This was a quote that I found on my self-improvement journey, and more specifically, my stoicism journey in the last few months. In my opinion, there is a very specific set of circumstances that I want to break down for you guys in this video to talk about how I'm actually in the most productive state that I've ever been in my life. The first of these being focusing on me based on the fact that I found stoicism. The power of focusing on the here and now and only focusing on the things that I can control. Ever since I've found stoicism, I have focused less on anything that's not within my control, and that includes not watching or listening to the news, unlike how I used to check the news and listen to things like NPR on podcasts. Due to this reason, I have spent more time focusing on myself, my systems, and my outlook on life. And when you do that on a consistent basis, you're able to improve the way that you do things and be more honed in on how you feel towards things and know why and how you want to do things. In the past few years, I will admit that I have not been 100% focused on what I need at all times. I have been a very focused individual, but it's never been 100%. There's always been something pulling at it that has taken away from that level of energy that could be dedicated towards what I have to do on a daily basis. Moving forward, for at least a little, I'm going to try and focus on myself in order to set myself up for success down the road. Life is short, and I want to make the most of it. In the book Atomic Habits by James Clear, the concept of friction is brought up often. And he also talks about systems often. And improving systems is one of the main things that you can do, and that has helped me improve my productivity in the past few months. You do not rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. Removing all friction possible in the spaces where I live and work has gotten me to jump into things like recording videos rather than having to set up every time I want to film. This has been a huge time saver and motivator and has helped me jump from making 2 to 4 videos a week. Living at home has also helped a lot with helping this process. I don't have to worry about cooking as much and can focus solely on getting things done. So regarding finding my health balance, I found myself just exhausted when I was in college. I was a full-time Division I track and field athlete, and I ran the 800 and mile, so I was kind of a distance guy. I ran cross country as well, and I was just constantly exhausted from all the running. I used to run anywhere from 40 miles a week with really hard track sessions to 70 miles a week with pretty hard cross country workouts. And honestly, since I've stopped doing that, I have a lot more energy. My normal workout routine now is simple. One would even say minimalist. I do 150 push-ups a day, 100 bicep curls, 3 minutes of planks, and go for a 2 to 4 mile run. I also started doing an intermittent fasting challenge a few months ago, and that has led me to continuously intermittent fast. I'm at over 65 days now, and honestly, I feel myself having more energy in the mornings and throughout the day. And I just feel a little bit better mental clarity-wise as well. I also have a little bit more time because I eat 1 less meal a day, and that prevents me having to do as much prep work, and you extrapolate that over a whole week, it's pretty great. I also feel that for me, I'm not like spiking my blood sugar as many times throughout the day by eating, and that lets me keep a more consistent level of energy as I do things like this, like making videos. Apparently one of the worst things you can do is have like a bunch of carbs with caffeine and kind of have that spike and crash, which is what I was doing most mornings. So I just take my black coffee by itself. Another thing I've been doing, which I never really did before, was use music as push motivation to get through times where my motivation was at a lull. So for those of you that don't know, there are two types of motivation that I like to talk about: push and pull motivation. Pull motivation is something where it's like, yeah, this is so awesome. Like this goal related to like, oh, I'm going to improve my family's life. I'm being pulled towards doing stuff due to that reason. But push motivation is that like small, like, I need to get through this specific task, like doing a bunch of push-ups or getting through these reports at work. You need that sometimes. And in my life previously, I would do things like listen to YouTube videos in the background that weren't productive. And that wasn't exactly motivating me to do work. But now I find music that I enjoy, and it helps me push through the process of getting things done. It's lots of metal music and pop music mixed in to various times, alternative music as well. For those of you that want to know what type of music, well, if it's got numbers, I'll do music with lyrics. If it doesn't have numbers and it's more of a words-based thing, I take the lyrics out and put in that smooth coffee house jazz, lo-fi hip-hop beats, or honestly, the soundtrack from The Shire. Yeah, I just literally put Hobbit and Lord of the Rings music on in the background from when they were in The Shire. I have a playlist on my phone just called The Shire. So taking another quote and reference to the book Atomic Habits, which I loved and was so great to read, I want to talk about how I have been improving my systems, but also focused on building an identity around being a productivity enthusiast. The more pride you have in a particular aspect of your life, the more motivated you will be to maintain the habits associated with it. It's a part of me to be a productivity enthusiast. That is part of my identity, to get things done. That's why I've been on a roll for the past few months. It's because I've just jumped into the deep end of being a full-fledged productivity enthusiast. I love it. It's fun. It's a part of my identity to enjoy that. And that means, of course, I'm going to get things done if my identity is pretty much directly associated with the concept of productivity, which is inherently getting things done. Well, this has been the case for the past year or two. I think I've finally fully accepted this as my identity. I make productivity app videos, productivity principle videos, and self-help content. I am who I am, and right now, I'm really happy with that. That plus the practical things that I've implemented, like improving my systems, reducing friction, and giving myself an overall better energy level, I think has really improved the kind of life I live. I literally have not procrastinated in 6 months, guys. Since I moved out of my college apartment in May, I haven't not done something that was on my to-do. I don't know what to say. I'm on a roll. Now, I'll probably have a downswing in productivity at some point, but I wanted to do what I've been doing consistently, which is, make a video about a concept that I want to, and I've been writing down a lot in my journal and meditating, and that kind of gives me this clarity towards what is causing me to be in this flow sort of state at most times. So what I'm trying to do is capitalize on the situation, document it, so if I ever get into a slump, I need to find this video and be like, hey, Dimitri, get back to that. Now, I know I'm not going to always be in this state, but for you guys, I hope that it can help you get to a point where you are constantly checking things off your to-do list, not procrastinating, and feeling that you've found what it is you want to do on a day-to-day basis, and then taking action. I hope that you learned something from watching this video, and if you want to check out any more of my content, make sure to go in this is a playlist thing. Just click it, it'd be nice. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.